What's up, everybody? Hey, Tom Laird here, host of the Advice from a Call Center Geek podcast and founder of Expivia. For exceptional contact center outsourcing, trust Expivia. We're fully AI-driven, as all of you know, and can handle voice, email, chat, and all of your digital channels. Our 600-seat USA contact center is expert in healthcare, financial services, insurance, tech support, retail, and more. Experts on the NICE CX1 platform, we ensure seamless customer experiences. DM me or visit expiviausa.com for more.
This is Advice from a Call Center Geek, a weekly podcast with a focus on all things call center. We'll cover it all from call center operations, hiring, culture, technology, and education. We're here to give you actionable items to improve the quality of yours and your customers' experience. This is an evolving industry with creative minds and ambitious people like this guy. Not only is his passion call center operations, but he's our host. He's the CEO of Expivia Interaction Marketing Group and the Call Center Geek himself, Tom Laird.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Advice from a Call Center Geek, the contact center and call center podcast, where we try to give you guys some actionable items that you can take back to your contact center to improve your agents, improve your overall quality, improve the customer experience, and in what we're going to discuss today, improve your technology as well. My name is Tom Laird. I am the CEO of Expivia Interaction Marketing. We are a 500-seat call center outsourcer located here in the United States in Erie, Pennsylvania. How's everybody doing? Happy week before Turkey Day. So Thanksgiving is on the horizon. Kind of crazy how this year is almost over. I'm super tired of of hearing about impeachments. I'm super tired of of just going back and forth. I am not looking forward to Thanksgiving. I'm going to try to hold my tongue. I have like I'm sure a lot of you guys do too, a lot of family members who have a lot of opinions on what's going on in this world and specifically here in the States. So pretty crazy. But anyway, I digress, I guess, here. And I wanted to discuss with you guys a little bit on AI, right? Because as of last week, November 14th, Google basically said that their contact center AI was GA, or generally available in their in the Google Cloud, so you can kind of access and kind of play around with it. A lot of the partners that Google's working with, from NICE inContact to Five9 to Genesys to TalkDesk, all those guys have known about this for a while and have been working with them to develop products to utilize that AI technology into their telephony platforms. So as you guys know, or well know if you follow the podcast, we are a NICE inContact shop. We use NICE inContact. I've had many conversations with their product team and excuse me, with where things are going and where they see the AI really making the quickest and the biggest impact in the contact center. I believe that NICE inContact is the leader in the cloud telephony platform, and I think if you look at a lot of surveys and a lot of the technology reports and the analyst reports that have come out, that kind of backs up that statement. So really, I think where NICE inContact sees the industry going from the AI telephony platform, I guess, track, right? That's where a lot of people are going to follow. So with that, this is something not only that NICE inContact is going to be doing, but us here at Expivia and myself personally are going to be getting involved with. This is kind of an exciting time, especially after last week that gets announced. If any of you follow or were at Dreamforce, I was not there, but at Dreamforce, basically, Salesforce has announced that they're going to partner with Amazon Connect to kind of become really a one platform product. So while they're still going to utilize their partners, right? So if you're using a Five9 or an inContact or a Genesys, and you can still integrate with Salesforce, but they're going to kind of have an off the shelf product that has kind of the Amazon Connect connected to it, so that you don't have to go to those partners, I guess, technically, if you're just using Salesforce. So that was a pretty big announcement. I did post that on my LinkedIn and on Twitter, and I thought the best article I could find on that. So if you're interested in that, kind of check that out. But I wanted to talk today about where AI is going and where specifically I'm going to be using it, because I think that's really the best way for me to talk about it, because there's so many pie in the sky things with AI, right? So, everybody heard or saw it was about a year ago, maybe even a year and a half now, where, at the Google user conference or the developers conference, I forget what one it was, they kind of did a full, I don't want to say mock-up, but they did a quote-unquote phone call scheduling a hair appointment, and they just used their Google AI and the voice behind it, and obviously the customer didn't know that they were talking to a robot. I guess technically a robot, right? Or talking to an AI platform. But I personally, and I think I'm probably in the majority right now. I don't think that is, while it may be GA in a certain way, I don't know if it's generally acceptable in that kind of GA, right? Yet, I don't know if the technology is good enough that somebody wants to put all that time and effort and money into doing that. I think it's probably coming, and I was probably one of the, I don't know, you would have been hard pressed for me to say that maybe a year ago, but I think it's coming. But I think right now how we can use AI is in the contact center to really help the agent. So this is kind of how we're using it. So this is in the spring and summer releases from InContact, which will be out obviously here in 2020. The first thing that we are working on now is working with the dialogue flows, right, from the Google AI. And with that, for a couple clients, and one specifically, I can't say the client's name, that has really gone all in on this. We're working hand in hand with them to developing some AI chatbots and also from their IVR, natural speech IVR, that's really natural speech IVR, right? We say natural speech. We said we had an Avaya natural speech IVR in the early 2000s, and basically it was the first thing that had the robot voice, right? And then it got to where it could hear, right, your natural speech. So it was taking in all of that type of information, but it really couldn't talk back to you without some type of herky-jerky motions. And I think you still hear that now, right? Everybody who's trying to do natural speech, I don't know if it's that great or not, but I think that's going to evolve. I think that's the first, I don't know, the first kind of domino to fall in this AI world is really evolving self-service, from a chatbot, excuse me, a chatbot to the IVR. And that's the first kind of area that we're really focused on, is utilizing a lot of that technology to put into our self-service and the self-service models that we can do for our customers. So that it's not just, that kind of that messenger chatbot that can kind of do flows, and that's cool too, right? But, to really have an integrated chatbot that is listening, that is understanding, that is taking information that you're saying, finding the best results for it, and then kind of learning from what the customer is saying, but still also having the ability to go to an agent, right? So if it does get screwed up, having that flow be seamless to an agent. There's a big discussion now in the industry too, whether we should be telling customers, right? And that's kind of, I guess, probably telling where we are with this technology, telling customers if they're talking to a robot or not, because sometimes you don't know. I think for the most part you do, but as we keep moving down this road, you're not going to. So there's that. That's the big piece, right? That's kind of the first piece. And then the second thing that we are really going to get involved with is the agent assist. So as you guys all know, I am huge on speech analytics, and not only speech, but they call it interaction analytics, because we can do analytics on voice, chat, and email. But now to take the next level of doing really real time through Google, real time translation and real time transcription, I should say as well, both of them, right? So from the translation, as a customer is talking, right? And maybe you're just a USA call center, and this is really cool for us. They could be calling from anywhere in the world using any kind of different language, and they can be talking that on the phone in real time. We can actually read or kind of hear what they're saying in English. So real time translation, which is super cool, right? And then it's going to get to the point too, where we're going to be able to start to hear that as well in a headset. And then the second piece of this is real time transcription. So currently, all analytics is kind of done after the fact, right? So a customer calls in, there's a conversation, the call's getting recorded, after the call is done, it's going out to a server. It's getting transcribed into, for our purposes, getting transcribed into English or whatever that language is for the analytics. It is then, taken to another server where the analytics actually happen. So there's algorithms in that happen, looks over the words, pulls out the trending keywords, looks for tone, looks for certain things that were said on the call that's based on some of the things that you have set up on your platform. And then it gives you an overall readout, right? Overall sentiment, overall keyword analysis. So that's kind of where we are today with it. Really cool stuff, right? And you can do a lot from a QA standpoint. You can do a lot from a marketing standpoint, understanding the data that your customers are saying. But the next step of this, right, is the real-time transcription. So as a call's coming in, I'm talking to a customer. The transcription's happening, and the algorithms and the AI are hitting those transcriptions as the call's going on. Super cool. So what this means is, number one, we can look at sentiment right away. So even if a supervisor has a dashboard up, they can be looking at all the calls and they can see calls that are starting to go south, right, without even monitoring, because we'll be able to kind of know that ahead of time. We'll also be able to give an agent assist from a standpoint of where they should go next or what they should do next based on a lot of the things that the customers are saying, right? So let's say, maybe you just serviced a customer and the customer said, thank you. The AI kind of takes everything that happened on that call so far and says, you know what, where this customer is right now, where their tone is, for the things that they've done in the past with us, you should go cross-sell or upsell them this product instead of, this one, or this one. So it's going to actually tell you and give agents assistance into what to do, how to service, how to sell, what to actually say to the customer in real time. That's based not just on, maybe a flag that this customer likes these types of things, but on the real-time sentiment scoring, on the real-time, processes that the customer has gone through. So that's really cool. And again, that's something that we believe can really help our agents from not only servicing customers better, us having, more real-time, eyes into what's going on every single call with kind of a dashboard of a snapshot. And two, we think we can obviously improve the customer experience by having some our AI friend, or kind of calling it like our AI supervisor, right? That's there to assist where to move, where to go to next. And also, for a lot of our customers, they do a really good job of turning this cost center, right, their customer support, into a profit center, because there's always some type of cross-sell or upsell opportunity that they're looking for. And we'll be able to really drill down to sell more, to convert more, and have a higher conversion number, which obviously means, more money for our customers, which means more happy customers, which means hopefully growing programs, and then, obviously more money and more business for us as well. So I know everybody wants to talk about we're going to get rid of all the customer service agents in the world. We're just going to have an AI virtual agent. It may come someday. I'm not saying it's not. I mean, I think if today also was announced, by the way, we're recording this on 11/22 of 2019. Tesla's coming out with their new, what is it, the Cybertruck or the Cybertruck, right? Which is their new truck that looks like it's from like the year 2021. Pretty crazy, pretty cool. But if you would have told me that there's going to be an all-electric truck like that and they showed it with they took a Ram F-150 and they did a tug of war, and obviously the Tesla truck won, but still, to even being able to think that would even be remotely a possibility is pretty crazy. So again, for me to sit here and say that virtual agents are going to take everything over, I think would be naive of me. Having said that, I still think there's always going to be a place for, especially in the next 5 to 7 years, there's going to be a big place for the human being piece of this, right? Because the technology is not really there. Again, let's talk in 7 to 10 years, and I think maybe my type of customer service, that we're going to be a boutique, right? We're going to do real high end, really cool stuff. I think there's always going to be a place for the human call center, and I always said too, I think that the customers are going to start to advertise that they use not just American, but they're using humans, Like that's the big difference. Like we don't use robots, we use actual humans. And I think, that's where I'm seeing and kind of trying to place our business where we are not naive to say, hey, AI is never going to happen. No, we think it is, right? But we're going to position ourselves to utilize it as much as we possibly can to help our agents, to make sure our customer experience is as good as it possibly can be, while at the same time, understanding that we think that if we really train our reps well and we really show the type of empathy, we really help the customer get to, beyond expectations, that, there's going to be a place for centers like us. I think that, this, and I'm kind of going on a little bit of a soapbox, but I think the smaller, if you are lower quality center, you're in big trouble, right? If you are doing low quality work, if your turnover is extremely high, there is no reason not to kind of automate that process, right? So this is going to make all of us better, right? I think it's kind of like if it's when world gives you lemons, you make lemonade. I think that this is going to make us better. We've been trying to plan for this for a while. And, now that some of this technology is kind of available, utilize it as much as we possibly can while still improving our overall customer experience and improving our agent training and all those type of different things that we're working on. So that's kind of where I am at with the AI. Again, we're all in on it. We think that, it's going to revolutionize what we're doing. Those of you who are not, it's time to look to outsource. I'm telling you right now, and I don't plug that much, but if you are an internal center and you have no AI plan, you are going to fall behind. So start to look at outsourcing a piece of it so that they can start working on that AI part of it so that you do not get left behind this world. Because a lot of companies are going to do it. We always talk about the next competitive battlefield is customer experience. Well, this is a huge piece of it. And are you going to be ready for it? Don't be scared, right? Because you still got a little bit of time here. It's early adopters right now. We're totally early adopting. We've never done it before. We're now getting into it. We're programming all day on it, right? But we're going to see how this whole thing plays out. But don't be naive enough to think that it's just a fad, right? Because it's not. It's here to stay. All right. So that's my AI, rant, or at least, warning. Make sure that you're prepared. Understand that, you don't have to go crazy and spend a ton of money on it, but understand what's going on with it and where you are in the world, and understand that there's partners out there that can help you. If you're kind of technology, I don't want to say backwards, but not technology driven or don't have that type of expense to do. All right, guys. Thank you. I want to just also, as kind of, again, I always say cheap plugs, but we do have the book. It's Advice from a Call Center Geek. I would tell you don't buy that book. I know that's crazy, right? But buy the second one, which is More Advice from a Call Center Geek, which is like $1 or $2 more. It's on Amazon. It has everything that the first book has. And actually, I think I did take the first book down, but it takes so long to come down. So I don't know. I don't want to say it's a present for the holidays for your call center staff, but I think it's a pretty cool book. I think it's really, really helpful. We read it here, and that all of my new supervisors and management team, they get into it. Also, the Facebook page, I know I say this a lot, but it's actually really starting to take off. I'm going to get more involved in that this week too. We're going to get some introductions. We have enough people that are following us and like us on Facebook now that I'd like to really start to get a community going with that. So we're going to do that as well. And also follow me on LinkedIn. That's probably where I'm most active, LinkedIn and Twitter. But again, we do have the Facebook, the LinkedIn, and the Twitter account for Advice from a Call Center Geek. Please follow all those guys too. And listen, I love reviews. If you especially are listening to this on iTunes or on Apple Podcast, please, please, please don't just click like a 5, right? Hopefully you're clicking a 5, but actually post a review of kind of what you think. And also if you do have the book, I'd love to hear some reviews on that. More Advice from a Call Center Geek doesn't have any reviews, which kind of scares me and makes me sad. So if you guys could do that, I'd appreciate it as well. So again, thank you guys very much. I probably will not have another podcast out before Thanksgiving, which is next Thursday. We'll probably do this on Black Friday, which will be totally crazy here, but I'm going to try to still get one out. So again, have a great, great Thanksgiving. Thank you for everything you guys have done for the podcast and all the listeners. It's amazing. We're about at 15,000 downloads, which is just blows my mind. All the interest that has come here for the podcast. So to all my fellow geeks, have a safe and have an awesome Thanksgiving, and I will talk to you guys on Black Friday.